Hey everybody, we are back for
Hi,
this week's World of Readzz. Of course, y'all know I'm Nola.
I'm Barb Meets a World.
All right now, so y'all know we gotta come to y'all with the come on for this week of the good episodes, okay? So we gonna pick up where we left off around here with that good old who we gonna start with? Who we gonna start with? Let's go with Candy and the gang, honey. Cause y'all know I loves me some Mama Joyce, but baby Brian is quickly coming for her spot. Okay, quickly coming for the I ain't you know who I'm talking about, girl. I can't even get my words straight, girl. And I ain't had nothing to drink today.
Pompous Pillup is what I'm calling him now.
No, girl, Philip ain't even he could never be the top spot for me. He
Oh
would have
no!
to do a whole change. You know my
Shout out,
girl ain't Bertha.
shout outs to Aunt Bertha. Shout outs to Torin.
Yes.
Who else hasn't pissed me off lately? Honestly, I think that's it. Like
We on the same page.
Melvin, he be over there minding his business. He's cool. Like it's just
I like Melvin. Melvin little like big old teddy bear.
he does. He
I
does.
like Melvin. All right. So how did I don't girl, this so sad. I can't even remember how the episode started. Oh, I remember.
How can you
So
forget?
it was after girl, because listen, I was trying not to have to go there because at first, Philip, I was liking you, but
I arrived. I'm there.
you completely out of line. Like you want this respect and you're supposed to be so grown and business minded, but you're gonna come up in there talking to Don Wine, talking about, yeah, because Big Bird walked up in there. Now that man ain't called you not one name. Even when we saw him talking to Candy, right? About their interaction. We did not see him call Philip out of his name. It was a couple of things he could have called him.
He said big.
A ass being one. I didn't like that. I didn't like that it was professional. And then the way you got into it with Don Juan when Don Juan was telling you, right, like, listen, this your third fight. You ain't been here that long. You know what I'm saying? It's not everybody. It's you. It's you and your delivery in so many words. And then for you to feel like Don Juan gave Brian a pass, if Don Juan had gave Brian a pass, then Brian wouldn't have still been suspended. He would have went back to work instead of clocking out and going home. Then for
Mhm.
you to call him lazy. Like, we just saw, where were you when Dominique was late? Which I'm
Right.
mad at Brandon for that because you ain't even had to go to Philip and act like Brian had did all that. You put 20 on 10 with that situation because everything Brian said was lighthearted and joking, but he was for real though. Like, it's okay for Dominique to come in when she won't, holding her little cup.
Did I miss that? Like somebody else said that, and I was like, I guess I wasn't looking, but whatever.
Yeah, because that girl, that's when they showed that nasty sink all stopped up, and I was like, "This is baby." I had wanted to go there
If
and
I was
try it
like,
out, but no
before,
ma'am.
damn sure not eating there now.
Mm-mm,
Sorry,
that
kid.
was you see all them dishes on the floor, but you sitting at the bar eating.
Just
You
chowing
sitting at
down.
the bar eating. But yeah, baby, he was because they asked him who he was calling Dominique, and he said no, he was calling a plumber, but he really was calling Dominique, and she was like, "Oh, I just finished dancing. I'm gonna be on my way." Strolled up in there with her cup, went to we be able to talk and have conversation. Then she brought herself behind the bar. But nothing was said as far as from a managerial standpoint of you should have called and let us know. I shouldn't have to call you so we can manage the schedule. You said nothing to her about that, Brandon. You said nothing to her about that, and she came in 2 hours late, sipping on her drink or whatever, whatever. Meanwhile, Brian working, the other workers are working, and you sitting at the bar eating. You should have been behind the bar making drinks and helping your staff. That's part of good management. Like being a manager, yes, you leave the grunt work to the workers or whatever, but part of being a good manager, especially an awesome manager, excellent management, is when you step in to help the hell out when your team is in a bind.
I think that yes, the issue starts. Not everybody. Yes, they all are like OFP on their own fucking program because, like I said before, it's a lead by example type thing. And if you are not showcasing what you want them to emulate, Mr. I'm gonna sit at the bar and eat, my party wings or whatever. Like, I just didn't understand that. And again, not to mention, I was just like adding up how much filth was all around up in there. And I was like, that's not just from one day. That's just not, I don't believe that that was just from one day. So that's the real issue for me. Like, that wasn't just, oh, we've been busy the last 2 hours and it just got out of hand. That was like an accumulation. And he didn't, if he doesn't see an issue with that, why would they expect the employees to see an issue with anything? They're just going to continue doing things how they've been doing it. So again, when Philip wanted to, when they all wanted to have a sit down with specifically Brian, I was like, no, you should have a sit down from the get-go, which is y'all and Brandon, because he is allowing, you know everybody to do whatever they want to do, but then all of a sudden he wanted to come down on, and make an example out of Brian. I don't like when people do that, because that got completely blown out of proportion. Like, he didn't even he didn't even come back like all crazy when he said that. He was being Brian. He made a joke, real quick, ha ha he, but he did get up and leave. So I don't understand, if they were going to suspend him over anything, it should not have been that. Like, he didn't do anything to warrant a suspension off of that. And again, Philip, there's a difference between being, assertive, serious, direct, whatever you want to call it, and then going out of your way to be a jerk. Like, and I feel like that's what he's doing. He wants to be unlikable, but then you wonder why they are acting the way they are acting. Maybe you should change your approach, because yes, just like you said, Don Juan, I'm glad he brought that up too. I'm glad somebody else is seeing it. And I didn't watch his speak on it or whatever, like with Phillips. I didn't watch that, so maybe he said something in there to kind of shine light on why he acts the way he acts. Maybe, I don't know. But as I see things right now, I don't feel like any of that is justified at all. Like, it's not helping at the situation at this point. So you should probably fix it, because again, one person had an issue, this person had an issue, this person had an issue, like, and you're talking about, oh, or more specifically, I guess with Torin, it was like, oh, I guess he's going off of what everyone's told him about me. And I'm like, I feel like that's the same thing. You're going off of what everybody, what you've heard about these employees as well, or whatever. Not to say Candy and Todd are liars, or anybody's lying about how certain people were terminated or let go or whatever. I'm not saying that, but at the same time, maybe, as Torrance said, he left and he didn't really think that he left on properly. So clearly he's grown and he's matured since then. So you're still basing you're still basing your outlook on him off of how he was before, and I don't think that that's right. You're just as biased then. So
Right. Philip gives me the attitude like he think he God. He on the throne and he can judge, but he
and that's
cannot be judged. But
because
Philip, we saw you have a temper tantrum and run to your car because you didn't like the way you was being talked to, and Don Juan ain't even talk to you half as nasty
I don't
as
think
the way you talked to. He didn't talk to him nasty at all. He was just trying to, you know what I'm saying, give him some words of wisdom, in my opinion. But like I say, he want to sit up here and call that boy a big bird and this, that, and the third. Like, that was completely unprofessional. That was
mhm.
completely unprofessional. That boy did nothing to you for you to talk all that trash like that. But
I
let me tell you something, baby. I hope they have a reunion, and I hope Torrin digging his behind come this reunion. But
feel like
we gon'
it would be him.
baby, but I saw him to speak on it. Brian said they better not, so he might not give it to him. But I hope he give it to him a little bit,
Yeah,
a whole lot. Not
but
even a little bit, a whole lot.
I
Cause
assume
Aunt Bertha said, I don't like Philip. Baby, I need to find me a picture. I'm gonna make that my phone picture.
I know, make my avatar hand person. No, I figured, like, obviously some of this stuff is amplified for TV. I get it, but I figured that they had to be kind of, some things have gotten mended clearly, because he was on to speak on it or whatever. So clearly he's still around. So something must be working out for them. Which, okay, cool. If it works for them, it's fine. But they're putting on our screen, so we're gonna critique it how we see fit. And from the looks of it, he got some work that he's some personal development he needs to do as well. But
He needs some managerial development. Like you can have the book knowledge on how to run something, but in order part
yeah,
of being a manager is not just the knowledge of the industry, but
mm-hmm.
you also have to be able to be a people person. And Philip don't come across as no people person. I'm still waiting for it. Like you don't have to be, hey girl, what's up all in their face as if you're trying to be their friend. But like I keep saying, he wants all the respect and he don't give none. And I am so glad. Like my hands went up in the air when Brian was like, Respect is a two-way street." I was like, "Thank you, Brian," because I've been saying it. I mean, I know this was recorded before we've been doing our reviews, but it was like he took the words right out of my mouth. He wants the respect, but he doesn't give respect. You cannot talk down to me and expect me to respect you. Like I'm gonna do what I have to do so we don't have to have no conversation. But you would definitely be able. I couldn't work for Philip because he would definitely feel the hostility. Like, sir, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Get the hell away from me. Unless you telling me about some changes or something we made, I would that would not be one of them people that I will walk in and say good morning to. Not personally, no. He get a general good morning with everybody else.
Not to mention, if I know that you don't like me or you don't want to work or you don't even want me working here for real, then why would I don't feel welcome? I'm not gonna want to work hard for you either. So it's like even if they did come in day one with a changed attitude, like trying to put their best foot forward or whatever, you already basing whatever off of what you heard about them prior to or whatever. So they probably think like you got something against me anyway. So anything I do, even if I do it properly, you're gonna have an issue with it, and you don't even want me here. So why am I gonna bother? But again, I Brandon, you don't need to be in nobody's manager, and Philip, you need to go and get a crash course on interpersonal relationships.
But I
As
like I liked when Candy checked him and told him, "Hold up,
yeah.
because I pay you. You don't pay me, and you're not gonna tell me who you don't deal with. Now, if you can't do the job, then let me know." I was feeling
Mhm.
that, but Candy do need to be a little bit stiffer
I like that she
as
said,
well.
but at the same time, that was kind of like I was like, wait, I like that, but then wait, do I really like that? Because at the same time, since Torin is going to kind of be like on his own kind of thing, kind of, not hourly, I was like, well, I mean, he kind of is going to be in more communication with, Don Juan and Candy anyway, but I still, the way Philip just threw it at them, like, you going to deal with
Right.
it. Like that, yeah. No, I'm glad she checked him on that, but I was like, the reality of it, he probably will be talking to you guys a little bit more, because Philip is, there to manage the day to day, just the restaurant, not necessarily the events. I don't think so.
But I mean, wouldn't the event fall under operations that's going on at the
Yeah, yeah. So I'm saying there's
So I
still
mean, they're going to be in some general vicinity, but at the same time, for me, it all goes back to respect. You have to respect them the way you want to be respected. And Torrin is not one that's going to let you look down or talk down on him like he's not who he is and he knows
now
what he
he
brings
should.
to the table.
I don't think he should. I'm okay
Girl,
with that. We also this episode met Miss Safari. Um,
she can go back to the jungle.
I don't have an issue with her. I
She can
think
go back to
if
the
he likes
jungle.
it and she likes it and they like each other, then we're good. But I also feel like the bigger issue there is what really happened between Patrick and Chandrika, because the energy still between them is like
It's weird. It's
it's
weird, but
weird.
I did see on Twitter, baby, she getting married. I think it's in October or November,
Yeah,
cause she
I don't
put a
think
flyer out her in June, and she was saying like she don't see what the issue was about her being invited because her and June were both invited to said housewarming.
and you always all go kiki and go out to the bar and
Right. Now, see, I don't understand why you have a problem with her being invited, Miss Safari, to the housewarming in which you gonna be at that she bringing her man to, but you don't have a problem with them going and have a kiki down at the ball with the rest of the old lady gang crew. With neither one of y'all there, not you not there, and her man ain't there. They could
they
do a little parking lot pimp if they wanted to.
if people want to do something, they're gonna find time to do something. So
But I'm
that's
just
they need
saying
to,
that makes
yeah.
no sense to me that you okay with him
And his
going
wife
chill at
is
the
right there.
bar
Like
because
it's
you
just
ain't living there. And I didn't like how she was trying to like, oh, you don't need touring, you have me. I'll decorate. Well, first of all, it's not just his decision to decorate because it ain't just his house. It's him and Melvin house. You know what I'm saying? And Torin was
Right.
like, when he was talking all that, what he want, Torin was like, well, what do Melvin want? And I didn't like that. Patrick was like, well, this is what I want, but we gonna split the invoice. I'll be damned. I'm not paying for nothing that you decorated and did on your own. This was the changes that you want. You pay for it. I ain't like that. Like, don't walk over Melvin like that. Get his input. Cause how you want to have a sex dungeon in the middle of the living room closet and you ain't? It's not just you and Safari place.
Oh,
If
I
you
thought that
wanted
was
to
his
do
bedroom.
something like, oh girl, they look like they didn't go that far from the living room. Maybe it
They,
was the
they went
bedroom.
downstairs. I think he has like the downstairs bedroom. I don't really understand
Oh,
how
okay.
it's set up. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I kind of like it, but it was
It
his.
looked
I'm pretty
like, baby,
sure.
I ain't know where they had went.
I was like, sex dungeons must run in the family. That's all I know. Anyway, um, yeah, the energy is like kind of weird, and I'm like, you guys on episode one, it kind of just gave me the like idea. Oh, everybody, even though everybody had relations, like it's just one happy family. Everybody just is still cool or whatever. I always thought that superseded any like weird breakup energies or whatever, but I guess Chandrika and Patrick, I guess they defy that
I
and they that.
I think I think the energy that we feeling is they both presented it to us like it was just a chip, right? And I think what happened is they both got feelings involved, maybe not deep feelings, but I think there was some level of feelings there that they might have not admitted to each other, but that they had. Because why is June and Patrick getting into it? Why? Because she said that June and Patrick got into it. You know
Yeah,
what
we
I'm
saw
saying?
that.
Why is the cougar lady, Safari, he call her a cougar, so I be wanting to call her cougar. Why does this woman feels some type of way towards Chandrilla? It's something there. Were y'all overlapping? Were y'all still kind of messing with each other while y'all were getting to know these people? Like, what's the
Well, usually when I see people like have that, it's kind of like, oh, like, well, if the other person moved, it'd be one thing maybe if one of the people was still single or whatever, but they're both in really
it,
committed relationships and they both run in the same social circles. And like, I get it. Usually, maybe sometimes, yeah, it can be kind of weird or whatever. But once you come around and see, like, oh, that person's over there doing them, everybody's just hanging out, being whatever, then if it was just, yeah, a little something, then I always assume that, as you mature in life and stuff like that, sometimes you just be like, okay, it's not like that's high school. Like no one's even paying attention to that anymore. Like we're so far removed from that now that we can all just hang out and it's just nothing. That's what I assumed it was. But every time we get moments with people
it seemed like it's some residual tension there, and I want to know where it come from, baby. Y'all done put it on our screen. Go ahead on and let us know.
but at the same time, maybe it is formulated for the show because why would they have that flashback of him and June about to get into it then? Like,
Well,
I,
remember they had started taping before.
yeah, that's true. That's
They had
true.
started taping before, and for whatever reason, the pandemic or whatever, I believe it was the pandemic, they stopped
Like
taping.
it was like
So the
2020.
fact that they were talking about it in the conversation, production might have decided to throw that in there. Because even like when they were talking about Kim, we saw Kim footage of Kim at the restaurant. So I think they're throwing in,
You're
as
right.
they're speaking about situations, I think they're throwing in the footage that they have to for us to see from when they first started taping.
You're right. Because yeah, you're right. I don't know why I didn't think of that.
Yeah, so
Um,
I think that's what that is. But I don't care for Miss Safari so far. I don't just maybe I get over it, but she just seems, and maybe Patrick is just so smitten by her that he just gives her her way.
oh,
But
that'll fade out eventually.
she was just she was doing too much for me. I wasn't.
That
Because to
honeymoon.
me, it wasn't that serious. It's not like he's inviting her, come to the house, just me and you. We gonna chill and watch movies. You know what I'm saying? It's a party. Everybody worked there, and that would kind of be weird if those two don't have an issue to invite everybody around her and don't invite her. And and clearly it must not be an issue if her man was invited. Like it must be settled. But child
Whatever.
gone.
Um,
Next thing we see was what the OLG and the exercise. Now
that was so
Sean
cute.
Driller,
That was so cute.
Driller. I ain't been liking you, but you might after this scene,
I
I
don't see.
might move you. I might move you back up to Chandrika instead of Chandrilla, okay? Because this made me feel a little bit better about you. I still want you to leave the OLG though. And
I
this
do
week
just
I
to
want
better
you to
her.
leave. It's not even because of your poor customer service at the
Yeah.
restaurant. Because we saw you actually working this week. I was like, look at her trying to earn a little spot up higher on the chain and in my heart, right? But the way you came with all of that equipment and you really had them techniques and had them working and you knew what you was doing, girl, go ahead and teach old people water aerobics, young people water aerobics, swim lessons. Do so. I want you because you seem to thrive, you seem to be happier, and you seem to have a whole much better, pleasant spirit.
Mm-mm.
You know that spirit is nasty when she at the OLG. But this gave me a lighter Chandrika. I'm gonna go ahead on and call you Chandrika on this one. It gave me now don't girl, don't you come back next week and make me regret giving you your name back.
I'm sure she will. But this week, no, I felt the same exact way. I'm like, she just proved that she's like has other skills outside of the non good skills that she shows at OLG. It's like, yeah,
I want her to work on that.
that's not your calling. So why don't you go over there where you've been, you've been doing that since you were 4, and then you got these like just go focus on
Focus
something
on
else.
that. Cause
Like it's
listen,
fine.
cause listen, Tiny around there having babies, grandbabies. Toya got her daughter Rainbow. All them hang with Candy. Candy, you know how Candy is. I'm just saying. I wish I could work for Candy and she feel like I was loyal. Cause when Candy feel like you loyal, she will put you on and just talk to Candy about what you want to do, girl. See if you could teach some swim classes to them little kids. Get her and her friends together for some water aerobics. Cause everybody around there in Hollywood and part of that scene want to be fine and want to be snatched, baby. Go ahead on, get Candy to host a little water aerobics class for you. We know she got that house with the pool in it in the in her guest house. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
then work your way, girl, in that work and do that and bring your sunglasses to set up next to all of that and then let them know when they have family coming in town that they don't want at their good house working on their nerves. You got the Airbnb. I'm just saying, like, link your stuff together, girl. Get you a YouTube channel and do water aerobics and tape yourself. Cause baby, I ain't got no house with no pool. But if I had somewhere
Oh,
I could go to watch it, you know what I'm saying? For the rich people that want to do it, like teach swim class, like do something else other than staying at OLG for $12 an hour. But Candace say you're lying. She pay you more than that. But baby, wasn't nothing better for me than Bertha sitting on that side of the pool say she wasn't
she
doing
was
this
over it with a
and
quick.
she know what to do in the tub. I say, not the tub, baby.
She was over it with a quickness. I will give it to Mama Joyce though. She was moving and grooving, and it was a cute scene. I definitely think it was a cute scene. And honestly, aside from like I said, Brian and Torin, uh, OLG ladies are probably the only three that haven't been pissing me off either because they call it like I see it. And I really liked when they showed Aunt Nora or when they showed the three of them and Aunt Bertha ain't seeing it for Philip, but Aunt
And
Nora
she said, put it in the letters. Ain't Bertha don't like Philip. I say, come on, Aunt Bertha.
she said what we were all thinking. But Aunt Nora was like, "Yeah, I like him because he don't be trying to get with the young girls." I'm like, "See, even they know that y'all be up there, like everybody be touching on each other. Like even she knows. So you know it's the truth then. Because why would she lie about that?
Baby, when she said that, I said, oh, now he don't be messing with the girls.
Because
Ain't
they know
Nora peeping the
it.
scene. She
They know
peeping.
it.
She
Like
peeping the scene. And if Dom Unique think her and Brandon ain't around there giving sexual energy, then they lie and they think people don't know. People just waiting for y'all to say it.
yeah,
Because
weird,
people
weird,
already
weird.
know. That's why Brian said, unless you Dom Unique, you can't be late in Brandon eyes. You can do whatever you want long as you her. Long as you somebody he can flirt with.
And that is going to become that's I
That's
feel
gonna
like
become a problem because he's treating
it's
people
already a problem.
differently.
It's already a problem because let me try to show up 2 hours late. Like I'd be like, no, you're good. You could just sit home. And I really
Oh,
did like how it seemed like everybody was in the know what Brian went through and all that. And you're gonna sit your I almost I almost said the wrong word. You're gonna sit yourself at that bar and allow him rather than yourself to make those drinks. Like as a manager, and I said it in my own video review of this, as a manager, you should be able to fill in any of those positions at a drop of a dime. If someone calls out, if someone gets sick, if someone's late, any of that. So there's no reason why you should have saw it as your place to be sitting at that bar eating your
Feeding
wings
your
while they're
face.
making those drinks. Like, and you rather him do it knowing what he's gone through. Because, and the only reason why I say like you should be considerate of that is because that seemed to be known since day one that he was coming back not as a bartender, as a server. That is a whole different
Because he was
description.
recovering.
Yes, it's a whole different job description. So I see it. Okay, I'll give it to them if in the job description or whatever it was just, oh, you come by as a server, but you might have to fill in other positions. If that's the case, then okay, that's different. But and what I took from this is that he came back solely as a server. Therefore, there's no reason why he should have been having to make those drinks, and you sat your tail there and thought that you could just sit there and not fill in and help as literally things were going up in flames. But then 5 minutes later, you tell Philip, "Oh yeah, everything was cool." Like, did you see the sink? Did you see behind that bar? Did you see those people that didn't have their drinks? The L was falling off the fucking greenery. Like,
Girl, that greenery been dead.
yeah, I don't.
Since before that it.
I,
I wasn't feeling it. But I
I'm
was
very the core.
now I feel like this, Candy. Of course you want a temperature check, but when you temperature checking, how everybody feeling about what's going on at the restaurant, talk to them at the restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Don't talk to them at Mama Joy's house with the pool and we in a friendly setting. That's why they feel the way they feel. It's too
Yeah, it's like a
personal.
constant
It's too
conflict of
personal.
interest.
Leave the two separate. I mean, I've had supervisors, baby.
I
I
mean,
had a
yeah,
supervisor. We would go on lunch break. He was the general manager, and I was the assistant manager. Okay, the retail manager. And his wife used to come meet us. It was a little Mexican restaurant in the mall upstairs, and we used to go to lunch. And we used to go sit up in there and have shots, right? We talked about nothing about the job. We had an hour lunch. We take shots for 30 minutes and then drink water the rest of the 30 minutes and go back to work real happy. What was at work? What was at work? When we hung out outside of work, we hung out outside of work, me and him and his wife. And then me and his wife actually hung out more than, me and him did, right? Because me and her got like, we still cool. We all work at different places now. But work needs to be handled at work. Outside needs to be handled outside. But I did appreciate when Mama Joy said, well, I like Philip. You hired him to do a job. Let him do a job. Don't step on his toes every time because then the things they're not gonna work. Right. And I get that. I get that from what she's saying. But like I say, it starts from the top down. Her and Ty not even on the same page because Candy feel like they should have a generator and Ty feel like they don't. Todd don't seem like when Candy was saying that Brian was suspended and he didn't have to suspend
Todd was like,
Brian, Todd was like,
okay,
as if he has a problem with Brian.
good to
And
go.
from everybody that they brought back, Brian seems to be the best one that they brought back as far as with a customer service and friendly attitude. And the people is going up for Brian. The
He's the
people want
people's
Brian to
choice.
leave. The people even
We want Brian. We want Brian.
baby, did you see? Listen, I had to write on the dang speak on it. Where can I get a tug and pull mug? I want to buy a set just because if it supports Brian.
That just made me close my legs. um, I, I no, I would definitely like
I'm
he
just saying, if
seems like a
Brian gonna get the proceeds from it, I would definitely buy a set to support
yeah.
Brian. The people was in the comments like, we want more of Brian. We want Brian do a tug and pull because that's his thing.
Mhm. I would totally support
They
it as
want
well.
him to do a tug and pull podcast. Like, I listen,
I was gonna
baby.
say
I listen. I listen just to support Brian. So I mean, the, eh, they're not even on the same page as far as what they're looking for in
at,
staff, as far as what their restaurant needs. You know what I'm saying?
at all.
And Todd likes Philip because Philip is an asshole, and it removes him from having to be the asshole that he want to be, so he can still be seen as the nice guy. But Todd, we see you,
We've always seen
and
you.
I see you still ain't got no generator.
That part. I think that yes, I've also had out. That sounds bad. I've also hung out with people outside of work and stuff, and um, in both the private sector and in the military, it's a whole different thing with that. But I think that yeah, it can be done based off of the two or whoever's maturity level. I was always mature enough to know, when I could be, personal with whoever, and then I also knew when it was time to work, it was time to work. Like one of my best friends to this day, that best friend, second mom, whatever you want to call it, she was my direct boss, like literally. And but we knew like when to be like that and when not to be like that. And it never became a conflict of interest type thing. And I would never try to challenge her in front of anybody or like undermine her or anything like that. And then that's again when I say we had such a good relationship, I actually worked way harder because she was a total opposite type leader than Philip, where she wasn't trying to be, throwing around her authority or, being like having all this coercive power and, trying to tell people that they could. I don't, how many times I need to start counting. He's already said terminated, suspended, fight. Like he's used all these terms so much in the past couple episodes, and we're only on what, episode 3? Like I,
He wants to put
inflict
a
fear,
spirit of fear in them to do right.
and that don't work for everybody. Damn sure don't work for me. I will give you a run for your money. Oh, you think you about to bet? Like game on. Like
Baby, I be done told you. Just like I got this job, I get another one.
I don't need
And
this
I'm
job.
about to file unemployment on y'all.
Like with the quick, you ever watched Everybody Hates Chris and Tashina Arnold? She was quick to say, "I do not need this job. My man got 2 jobs." No, he ain't got 2 jobs, but I don't, just trust me. I don't need this job. Like you gonna need me more than I need this job. Like never that, but no. But I think that's well, okay. That's not really it. The
The
final,
last thing was the
yeah.
Torrin and Brian conversation. I can't even begin to recap that because I was literally sitting in
I
here
literally started tearing too.
crying. And then when he started talking about how his sister had, went to meet the Lord by her own hands and had the bottle of vodka, I was like,
Mhm.
that just made me love Brian even more. Like to hear his story and hear how he overcame, and it just made me even more mad that all of them were close like that. And Brandon, you sat there while that man made that drink, and you knew what his struggle was. Like at the end of the day,
Off.
if that's part of the job and serving where you have to, make your drinks, the ball might be full, the ball might be backed up or whatever, whatever. Cool, but me being a manager and being sensitive to my employees, especially one that I'm close to, I hang out with, I would go have drinks with, and I knew they was,
I would
recovering
do
and making
never.
to make sure, yeah, and not while I'm sitting there eating. Now, if I'm sitting there doing something with another server or something, or
But you
having
say
to handle a situation,
I
not
know
sitting
this
there
might be a
eating.
problem for you, but
Right. I just,
back up. Do you think
I just
maybe
can't.
I
But that
understand,
was
it, but please
that
can
was so heartbreaking for me. And to hear him, Torrin apologize, like, I know I backed away, but it was hard for me seeing you like that. And I am so sorry. And the fact that Brian was like, no, he didn't back away. I pushed him away. My attitude and my actions, I was pushing people away. Girl, Lord Jesus, I don't want to keep talking about it. I'm gonna cry.
no.
I was so moved and touched. I was
I love that. I probably haven't seen such a like something that kind of resonated with me since what was it? What was it? Tiffany and Robin on Ladies Who List. They had their like little like conversation a little bit, and that's probably the last time like I got even a little bit emotionally connected to some individuals on a show. But this for me like it definitely touched me because he is being so vulnerable and transparent, and then not only that, and then Torrin was also right there to be like I love you, I am here for you. And that's sometimes that's all you need to hear, like
like, I know we look for the ratchet um in reality TV all the time,
mm,
but for me, that was such a genuine moment.
mm-hmm.
Look, my eyes are tearing up again. That was such a genuine moment. I was like, it really did something for me in the fact that it is really genuine people out there, because all we see is messed up people, messed up friendships, people who are supposed to be friends, and then when they fall out, it's all over social media. And to see like that happen, And granted, we didn't know them at the time, but Torin didn't go on some rant trying to drag Brian, and the fact that he was like, my friend, I'm sorry I wasn't there. It
You don't
moved
really
me.
get that, yeah, a lot with these shows. And it also shows, not that I would ever wish that on anybody, but it also shows that they are humans too. They are people too that go through things just like, we go through things on a daily basis as well. Like, it is good to see that these are, they're not just putting on everything for a show. Like, this is really their life. And that's not something, we could say that we get from every show these days. These moments are very few and far between. So I really do appreciate them for showing that, because he didn't have to. But not that saying that I didn't believe his story before or anything like that, but it really did, like, show us even more and make us, really just like him and appreciate him in even more. I will also say that like, yeah, that was, ooh, that was, I'm not going to go into detail, obviously, if you watched the episode. And then also how you said, I still haven't watched the Candy speak on it, but if you guys
Oh,
do hear more of his story,
if
then I
you
would.
c- if you cried on the episode or felt any type of way on the episode when you see the speak on it, baby, you're gonna be left in tears because he gets more in detail about what was going on at that time on the speak on there. But that's it for me. You got anything else for Candy? I mean, once again, for me, this isn't like ratchet reality. It's good. It's actual, seeming like actual reality, more or less to me
Yeah,
than
which
some of
is
these
a
other
great
stuff.
break times,
But
because
that's why I wanted to talk about them first before we get into this foolery that is Jocelyn's
I just
cabaret.
flared my
I
nostrils.
saw it. I saw it.
It just happened. I didn't even mean to do that. Well, actually, you know, in lieu of recent events, we actually didn't see much of Jocelyn this episode, minus, her titties, for about, 30 seconds, a minute or so. We didn't really see much of her, honestly. So, you know, I'm cool. That was good. That was a good break, because I don't think I was ready really to just be. And honestly, I don't know about for you, but it was kind of weird for me to watch it. And I said I would stick out this season. It's actually, I already paid for, this month of Zeus anyway, so it's like I might as well, I guess. But it was weird for me just knowing what's going to happen. It was just kind of like, I just wasn't even as interested. I haven't really been as interested, but after last week, that really took it over the edge for me, and I was just kind of like, this really isn't. There's no point to this, but okay. This episode didn't really give much for me, except for, it's always good though to see the ladies dance, even though this season with the whole camera angles panning stuff, like, I want to keep the camera on them. I want to see the whole routine. This is what I came here for. All the is haha he funny sometimes, not really, but I want to see them dance. So honestly, that's what I wanted to see. I'm sorry, Henny and Wet had to, skedaddle, but we saw that coming since day one. Not really surprised. We also saw, Chanel was never going to get picked since day one. Not surprised. Still disappointed, not surprised. I don't agree with their selection, but that's their business. I have nothing to do with it.
Listen, I didn't care about seeing Jocelyn, not at all, not one bit. She could have kept her that booty and them titties. I didn't need to see none of that. If you was sick, baby, you could have. I would have rather her laid in the bed with a blunt like she normally do. You know what I'm saying? Talking to ballistic. I'm bad. I'm sick. Da 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 da. I I didn't need to see that. I don't care to see that. We done seen enough titties and behind. This is about dancing. And I just don't want to see her.
That's
Period.
basically
You,
what it
you
comes
know what I'm
down.
saying? I just don't want to see her. So I was glad after that little 30, 45 seconds, we ain't had to see her because I'm just glad. This episode ain't really give nothing too much to me. I ain't even gonna be here that long about them. Um, we already knew about lighting the cooch on fire. We already knew Kate Capri blew it out. Now, what I was mad about when they went to that little restaurant for the winners, how you gonna
I
come
was
up here with this beauty? Right. I ain't lying. I'd have been Kate Caprito. I'd have grabbed it because it was pretty and I wanted to taste it.
I don't
But
really drink,
sir,
so I'm
you
scared,
you
but I
giving
was like,
them? But I'm just saying, if you talk about giving the VIP treatment, baby, it's a table of one, two, three, four, five of us.
I
Plus,
was just, the whole thing was just weird. Like I was like, why are
that
you?
whole thing seemed like he was acting for the cameras, and I was not here for it. It very much seemed scripted. And sir, you did not do the good job of advertising when you bought one drink.
He was acting. I didn't want to see. I did. Unfortunately, we didn't see Jocelyn, but we did get a little bit of Ballistic, who
I
I
ain't want to see him either.
I don't
I
want
ain't
to see.
want to see him either. But I'll tell you one thing: he was sure watching Black Diamond when she was dancing, baby. His eyes was all up in between them legs, and the way she running behind Jocelyn now make me feel like baby they is bringing her to the bedroom with them. I
I'm,
don't care. That's my opinion. That's my opinion.
I
Now
would. It.
Lexi Blow. Even though I know you not cool with Jocelyn no more, let me tell you something. You was definitely her minion. And it's the fact that you fell out with her. Why you talking the trash that you talking now, talking about it's fake, it's this, that, and the third. Because you was all on a Jocelyn bro. Because at the end of the day, when it came down to it, there is no way that Black Diamond danced better than Chanel. But like I said, Chanel was born on this show just to be treated like a dog. Because Jocelyn knew that she could. And she
And
knew
what she
Chanel
said.
wasn't going and she knew Chanel wasn't gonna say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, them picking Black Diamond let me know that Jocelyn sent the word back. Do not pick Chanel. I do not want her in my cabaret because Black Diamond didn't deserve that over her.
Or they knew that if Chanel or Lexi knew that if she would have picked Chanel, she knew that that would have been her nail in the coffin for her own self. So
But at the
yeah,
end of the day, if it's about your cabaret and your cabaret being good, then you pick the best dancer. You know what I'm saying? And Black Diamond, girl, she can go to hell. The South pits of
will say
hell.
like, and people probably will say something about this, but I don't care. I will say like I also knew that they were going to pick Amber too, not just because of the events that have occurred and everything that happened and circulating around her, but just because like yeah, I don't really yeah, she dances. I don't think again the whole like burlesque, sultry, like sensual dancing like that wasn't her style. So I think that's another reason why. Yeah, that
And not just that, I was surprised she picked Amber, but when you look at the girls that were picked, K Capri is the K Capri is the only girl that have any kind of melanation towards your skin or my skin.
I don't understand. I want to watch the selection, the casting tapes, whatever. I want to see that because I'm confused. How everyone was saying that like wet and hit like what did they show on those
Right.
casting?
I feel like wet was butt on there because if you notice, we haven't seen much drama or we haven't seen wet much at all since she
Not
came
since she
back to
got
that
back in
house.
the house.
So I feel like she was only casted to do what she did.
And we also just didn't really see them much in the house too. It was just weird. Minus like last season, like they was always outside by the pool or like in the front at the end of the driveway or something. So well, did you all even really live there? Probably not. Anyway, um, yeah, I was confused. But did you see her fall out that chair? I was like,
Girl, she was drunk in that
yeah, I was
confessional.
like, what? She was like, I was like,
And
what
she hit the floor. When she hit
is
the
going on?
floor, girl, I rewinded. I said,
Me
"Come
too. I
on,
was
wait,
like,
wait," because you know
but
London and Paris.
I'm not mad at her. I'm still not mad at her because, she seems to still be in good spirits. She, came there, made the most of her time. Like she not salty towards nobody. She, I'm not
She
mad at
grew
her.
on me.
Neither is
I
him.
will say that because you know I couldn't stand wait, wait, but she grew
Yeah,
on
her.
me, and the fact that she could
She
remain so
fought.
positive, like you saying,
I can't get mad at her though for she's like I fought four bitches and when you did that happened. I saw that. I saw that, and then and Henny too. She's been supportive of Amber. Which is good when you can actually like support another person, even if you don't make it. Like you could still be happy for someone else. That's a very unique trait that not a lot of people have, and they should. But
nah,
yeah,
listen,
I don't know. This
I'ma
episode,
say this, and I stand on it. And if y'all don't like it in the comments, I don't care. Okay, um, I wasn't here for Amber since the first episode. I felt like she was doing too much. I still feel like she was doing too much. I don't agree with what happened to her. I don't feel like she deserved that. That was wrong. As you know what. You know what I'm saying? It was wrong. But
different
nah. Amber, you doing too much. Like at the end of the day, you mad at Chanel for what? Yeah, you went to Jocelyn. Amber didn't go back. Chanel didn't go back and throw salt on your name to Jocelyn. She told that man that she had been knowing since the previous season before she know you. Like you doing too much. Don't talk to the girls. Thinking she's giving him a head up, and he went back and ran his you know what his beef suckers to Jocelyn. Why you mad at her? At the end of the day, Chanel was like, listen, I didn't know it was gonna blow up like that. I apologize. I'm sorry. And for you to sit there and do what she did, I'm not saying what you did was right, baby. But let me tell you something. Sometimes karma come back around and kick your ass in the worst way possible. Now, I don't believe that that was karma. I do not believe that. That is not at all what I am saying. But what I am saying is when karma comes back around to her for that situation, because at the end of the day, the girl was apologizing to you. And ultimately, you having the initial conversation, whether Chanel says something or not, would have pissed Jocelyn off. So you got yourself out of the cabaret, not Chanel, in
at
my
all.
opinion.
And I agree with that. And again, her and how she came in hot since literally minute one of the first episode, and what happened last week and at the reunion, allegedly, those two aren't even compared. Like we're not even correlating those
I'm
two
not
things.
at all.
And I
But
will agree and
the
say,
fact that she have a horrible ass attitude,
and but she know that's the thing, like she knows her deficiencies, because there's been numerous times that she came on the confessionals and was like, see, and I thought I could trust you bitches, or da 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 da. Like she put her trust in the wrong people, and she came in there thinking it was gonna be one, like you set yourself up for that. You had too much trust in people, I feel like, and it came back and bit you, and you can't be mad at them for that. You just got to take it in strides, and keep it moving, and not do it going forward. But I feel like you consistently did that, or consistently had some type of expectation out there that they weren't going to catch you up, you weren't going to get caught up in nothing, or they whatever. I feel like you brought certain things on yourself. So yes, stop coming at Chanel like that. And also, I was like, I was so like, I wanted to just run on set and cut off those cameras when Chanel was crying to Lexi and all that, because I'm like, stop second guessing yourself. Stop thinking that you did something wrong. Stop any of that. Yes, did she get involved in that little stupid thing? Yes, but at the same time, you knew Jocelyn didn't see it for you since you got, like, how are you not seeing this? How are we all seeing this and you're not seeing the fact that she didn't want what you wanted for you since day one? Like she did not want you to be in a cabaret since she called you back here. That you were called back here to be made fun of and whatever. And for her to just do whatever too. So stop sitting here with these tears and like feeling bad about yourself and like self-doubting yourself, because it's not the case. You, even if you wouldn't have made those mistakes, you still wouldn't have
she
got
would have got
picked.
picked.
Like, so
Because
move on.
first of all, truth be told, why did she even have to compete? She won last season, so her spot should have automatically been
I don't
guaranteed.
know.
I feel like, and I don't just feel that way about her. Even though Lexi Blow competed and she got her spot, I felt like if Lexi Blow would have fell down on and cracked her head, she still would have got picked. There was nothing, you know what I'm saying? But I don't feel like either one of them should have had to compete when you asked me to come back. I've already been through the competition. From the first moment, I would have found out I had to compete. I'd have been like, hell no, I'm out of here. Just straight up, I wouldn't have did that. I want her to stop talking to Lexi Blow, period, because
Yeah,
Lexi
she's
Blow
like,
don't care two
you're so
points about
pretty.
you.
You're so pretty. You're gonna get this. Like,
And when you had the chance to do what was right, you chose self. You
and look
chose
what.
self over doing what was right because like but we know we didn't get no episode this week, so I'm thinking since next week is the finale. I mean, well, not the finale, but the final show in Vegas. I'm thinking, is that gonna be the season finale, and then we're gonna get the reunion?
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. But next, it's gonna be weird. I didn't like this whole. I was just confused by this whole setup. Like, okay, so we're gonna see them working. This season was weird. Yeah, that's supposed to be what's gonna happen.
And
So
then we get to the show for the last show to decide we want to do a routine. And once again, let's not like we kicked Chanel, but Lexi Blow, you took what was Chanel's idea to have the girls learn a routine.
And you know that she did a good job because you said like, "Oh, do your routine, like you did good." Like you apparently, yeah, she's good at choreography or whatever. And Jordan, we also found out she's good at choreography too, which then that pissed me off too
I
because
want people to
she's like,
stop saying choreography.
she's
That's
like,
what they say in the cabaret, choreography. But that's what I'm saying. Like, why do we want to keep up if it's choreography?
my thing is, as soon as that was identified that Jordan was had that ability, they were all like, "Oh, okay, well, we don't need Amber now or whatever." And I'm just like, y'all, I don't know. It was just their
No, they
whole selection process was weird to me. And
bec-
I mean, we already knew it was going to happen though. So
because listen, truthfully told, the only options really were Black Diamond, Henny. I see you making a face. Hit me out. Hear what I'm saying? Black Diamond, Henny, and Wet Wet. Right? They were the only real options in the competition. And the reason why I say that is because we know for a fact Jocelyn didn't want Chanel. We know for a
yeah,
fact she didn't want Amber. So that left Black Diamond, Wet Wet, Henny.
yeah. I mean, based
Henny
on
can't do nothing. Wet Wet, I've been saying she ain't got a shake. She got a for the longest. I'm sorry, Wet Wet. You just don't got it. You don't have it. You don't even have a block party shake.
that's what I'm saying. It's just not.
You have that stand in the
She did
wanna.
better though. I will say I didn't. Well, I saw she did better. I think from the last couple ones, but she just it's not. This not for this is not for you. It's just not for you.
Girl, you about to make me go back and watch to
Better.
see where she did better at because
I've heard there was a
her
couple of
costume was better.
huh?
Her costume was better.
Did you okay? Rewind. Did you see that plastic? I wrote that down. I forgot all about it, but now that you're talking about clothes, that plastic triangle top.
She did an ode to the 90s. You remember in the late 90s when we used to have the plastic jackets with the plastic
Oh,
purse?
okay, yeah.
No.
No,
She,
no, no,
she
no, no, no. It was not
I
giving the.
mean, back then, girl, listen, you talk about me if you want. I had my plastic jacket and my plastic purse back then. I wouldn't wear it now, but back then when it was the
Yeah,
in
that's fine.
thing.
But
But she did an old, I guess, she did an old to the 90s.
I
But
don't
I
know.
will say, even though it was plastic and looked like them breasts probably stank when she took it off, because plastic, you sweat.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you was dancing and moving around. It was the best thing that she had to me as far as costume. Like, think about what she's been wearing as far as when we've seen her dance.
Yeah, I mean, going back to what you said though, yeah, based on that criteria, obviously, yeah, those were the only three choices. But I don't know anything I say going forward now. I think that's why I felt weird because anything I say going forward is probably going to be a little biased. So
I mean, I can understand that.
based
I'm
off,
not like I can watch without being biased in a certain sense. Like we didn't have Jocelyn in this episode, so
yeah,
I was able to watch the events. Now, had she been on here, I probably would have been.
I still wasn't excited though. Like I used to
I
actually,
wasn't.
oh,
I mean,
like
but you know what? I haven't been excited about this in a long time. Like when it first
that's
started,
what
I was like, okay, all right. And then it just went.
I think the first like two episodes I was like, and then it was like,
Yeah, I was like, all right, okay, it's a little drama, but it just progressively got worse. It progressively got demeaning for
mm,
me. It progressively got disrespectful, and I wanted somebody to disrespect Jocelyn in the most disrespectful way possible. Like, somebody need to go ahead and take care of Cocaline, allegedly, like, and put her in her place. I'm tempted to call CPS myself. I ain't lying. I don't look. But
I
then where poor Bonnie gonna go? Cause both of her, ooh, girl, I ain't gonna go there. I ain't gonna talk
maybe
about them people, child. I ain't gonna.
well,
But I'm not talking about the child. I'm just talking about her parents, and I feel bad for her because what is she gonna grow up like? I truly hope that she has a spirit that can help her overcome the foolery that is her
and
parents.
it,
You know
it
how some
ain't like
people have
yeah,
messed up parents and they be awesome. Like
I was gonna say it will be.
I'm really hoping that
I
for Bonnie because
probably will.
now I
She
will
can't
say
have siblings
I was
either.
giving Jocelyn credit because I swear I thought she was gonna have that baby dressed like a baby hooker, but I'm glad she dresses
She's
her like
cute.
a little girl It's supposed to be. She looks like a little girl when she get dressed.
Mhm.
So I'm glad for that. But as far as it makes me wonder, like what is this child seeing when she grew up? Because you can't as she's growing up. And where is she while Jocelyn doing all of this? Because she not with Stevie. And last I knew, Jocelyn and her mama wasn't like that. So,
I know she was with Stevie when I know she was when Jocelyn and Ballistic were on marriage boot camp, but I don't know where she is now.
because I'm guessing Stevie and Fate ain't together since he was getting sloppy toppy on the thing. But what I mean, I would have left him too. I wouldn't have married him. But that's another video for another day.
Yep.
But that's it. I ain't got nothing else. I really have nothing for this, and I'm really trying to like I say, we said we was gonna do it for the viewers both on the panel and our channels. But that's really why I'm still watching. And after this, y'all don't look for this if it come back. If it comes back next season, don't look for me
I'm
because
canceling my subscription, so my sister's gonna be so mad because
well,
she's
I
like,
ain't
"Why-"
canceling my subscription because I'm watching that Bad Boys LA.
I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna check it out.
I
I
want to see
tired.
Mr. Where the Money Resides. I'm sorry. I was looking forward to Mother Caldwell too, but Mother left quickly. Mother got it started and left quickly.
I'm
So
gonna check it out.
I mean, it was interesting, needless to say. So that we did Canned in the Game, we did Jocelyn's Cabaret, girl. Now we gotta go to this new show you that got me hooked up on over here. This Love After Lockup, cause honey, everybody cheating, everybody got something going on, everything is suspicious about everybody. Get a whole new case. Just stop filming, cause these people ain't worth for them.
My thing is, no one cares about their kids' feelings, but whatever. So I think we started off with Taylor and Chance. His true colors are starting to show, as we always knew that they were going to. She's going to not only break her own heart, but her children's hearts as well. And she needs to listen to her sister.
Cause her sister tried to tell her. Her sister tried to tell her, but baby, when he it's too much for me.
He's
It's
gonna
too
remind
much for me the way these children are in like I'm
when
sorry,
that
you don't
daughter
know this
went
man.
away. I was like, oh shit.
And she
Like
was,
here
oh,
we go.
you wanna play with her and you don't wanna play with me. And I'm like,
Here we go. Here we go. And then she wanted to have remorse then. Like, oh, I just realized that it's not just me that's involved. You think? Like, it just baffles me how you could completely negate the fact that like your children are going they're gonna get attached. Children don't
and
even leave their friends. Like they cry over that. So like why like
baby, and then when he said, I'm here now, what he said something about I'm here now and it's not just the sister house and I have to I'm part of the rules gonna be made by me and the say so gonna be made by me in regards to her sister.
you know what I thought of that when he said that? Like, you know, you ever watch Baby Boy and she's like, "Do you pay any bills in this month?" That's all I was thinking. Is at that exact moment, I was like, "For you, I mean, even if you did do any of that, you still wouldn't have no grounds to ever come at my sister any type of way, regardless." But just based on simple fact, you haven't even stepped a foot in there, and you thought that you was about to
Come
just
run something.
dictating and beating your chest like King Kong, like, no, never that. Like, not here. Definitely not. But she's in for a world of pain because I can already see he's the flighty type. He gonna just leave. And she's gonna come home and he's not gonna be like he's just gonna get over like
Like
I'm
like when he
never
got
gonna
mad with her about his license being suspended. Sir, that what the
he's the type
like
that
she can do that.
and then he's just gonna be like he's just gonna leave. I could already I that's his type. I could tell. And yeah, you're getting mad at her and she's trying to help you out and you know she and not only that she got you the job so like of course she wants you to be able to keep the job or you know whatever but then you coming at her like misdirected anger much.
I wasn't feeling him. I don't like him. I don't like him at all. He was doing too much. And the fact that the sister did not want to eat with them, did not want to be around them is I don't it's very telling to me. I mean, we didn't see them get into it, but it's very telling to me. Like she
Or
she
she
got
knows
the
her
vibe.
sister and she knows her sister and how she probably gets easily manipulated.
She gonna
And
be
then
homeless on the next episode.
He's gonna piss me off even more with that bullshit next week, talking about some is the pictures up for you or for the kids. That's one thing you're never gonna be able to speak on. Like, well, if I was in her shoes, like, don't ever. That's
Don't
a
ever. If
type of.
my children want a picture of their daddy, my children can have a picture of their daddy. At the end of the day, you not their daddy. Period.
And won't be.
And it won't ever be. I don't believe in, you can have a bonus parent, yes, that they come in and love you, but they will never replace who I am or who their father is. Period. Point blank, period, the end. Zero zip zilch nada. Don't do it, don't play it. You're not gonna tell me nothing about speaking to my child's father because we have
But
to.
that's the
You,
thing.
you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna tell me nothing because my kids, that's my kid's memory. It wasn't even a picture of him and her. It was a picture of him and the kid.
That's what I'm saying. Well, I didn't see that, but my thing is, you should already be sensitive and understanding to that. Like, I feel like it's always a different situation. I've never dated anybody or whatever that's lost a partner or a spouse or anything, so I don't know. But I like to think that it's a total. That's a total different.
That's a
Like,
total different thing than
yeah,
somebody who's going through, like, at the end of the day, if this person wouldn't have left, she might still be with this person.
and that's okay. But like, we also know that that doesn't mean that they don't want to be with you any less or anything like that. Like, it's just reality. Like, they're that's what happened, and you have to be understanding of that. And obviously, they're gonna, when that person's birthday comes around or whatever, they might get sad. Like, there's certain things that doesn't mean anything. Like, as far as they don't want to be with you, or that you should just overshadow that. Like, grow up. Honestly, grow up is what that comes down to. But whatever. Next, Rick and
Yeah,
Radine. I just
you
can't.
you know where I gotta go next? Indy and Harry. Indy,
Oh, I wasn't worried. I mean, I wasn't ready for this. Okay, so for me, Harry substantiated every last thing we've been saying since day one. Like, every single thing. There that he is nowhere near ready to commit to you or your child. And again, you're about to get yourself in a world of hurt along with your child. And he also wouldn't be up in my house if I was his sister, because he can't get hit. There's the rules that she laid out for him were not even rules that's stuff you should be doing already. You shouldn't be staying
right?
out. You should be doing, trying to make something of yourself. You should already be doing that stuff. So why are we even like going back and forth? And again, it's her house. Like, there's nothing to say about that. If you don't like it, then do what you got to do so you can get your own place and do what you want then. But there's no questions that should be have arisen because you don't want to listen to her rules. Like, and Indy, go home. Like,
I've been saying that since last week when he wanted to bring everybody a chicken sandwich to the halfway damn house. I've been
on
saying
your
that since
dime.
last week.
On your dime.
Can I say this? I don't feel sorry for Indy. You
Uh-uh.
had the warning signs before you left. And now you done brought your child into this foolishness and your feelings gonna be hurt because we already see him cheating. He ain't been out for 72 hours yet.
If he admitted to cheating.
And he admitted that he was talking to somebody prior to him getting out the halfway house. Ma'am, you should have got spiritually divorced then. But you took yourself down there to Ohio, and now we see, like, not even 72 hours on the next episode, he about to be geeked up with another LeBoo. He about to be big dipping, you know what I'm saying, while you at his sister house. No, ma'am. Dropping him off to go chill with his B or
I'm
taking your call, however he got there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that makes absolutely no sense. And now you down there probably spending your money to get him where he need to get while he over here chilling with somebody else. But Harry, you knew you didn't want Indy like that. So you should have just told Indy when she found out you cheated, man, look, this is not, let's take some time or whatever, whatever. If you wanted to, you know what I'm saying? Because clearly you don't want to be with her. You couldn't even tell your friend that this is what you wanted to do when you was ready, and all of that, whatever. When y'all was having a conversation, and you have somebody else when she was already mad and ready to walk away. Why did you tell her, "Oh, I'm sorry, I want you to come"? You should have let her stay mad. You should have
because
told her, "Don't come out here. I'm not ready for that.
there's
I'm
something
about to be free."
she's there's something that she's doing that we're not seeing. There must be, because she's financing, or she's like, I mean, maybe he really does like her a little bit somewhere deep down inside, but as far as that whole commitment thing, he not nowhere near ready or wanting to do that. And again, like, he just completely validated the point that we've been making, whereas he's still in the same mindset of when he got locked up when he was like 18 or 19. He's still 18 or 19 in his head. Like,
Listen,
he can't provide you, even if that wasn't the issue. What the hell can he provide you guys? Like, he can't even provide nothing for himself. So that should have been, you should have never moved up there in the first place. And you damn sure shouldn't be sticking around from here on out because he's about to, like, it's how do you get dog from somebody who don't even have anything to their name? Like,
listen. Let me
that's a
tell you
whole
something. Let me tell
thing.
you something. I don't understand this prison B a mentality. Like, I mean, it's one thing um if
You
we had been together for a while and we were
that's
married,
point.
whatever, I can understand that. But listen, somebody I ain't never married to, I met you on prisonpals.com or wherever they be meeting these people at. Um, baby, I'm not even about to take you serious. First of all, I'm not about to be on prisonpals.com or wherever they at. Second of all, I'm just saying, I'm not about to do it.
Vision myself
Second,
like scrolling like
you know what I'm saying? Oh, he cute. Let me. All right, you only got 5 years. Let me holler at you. I could like I'm not about to do that. But second of all, you've been locked up 5, 6, 10 years away from women, baby. The way these bodies looking out here, the bought ones and the real ones, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't even about to take you serious that this is what you're about to do. First of all, people who've been technology and everything is changing so much and so much is changing in the world from year to year. You ain't even acclimated to what society is now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry. I would feel like you need to come home from prison and not worried about me.
there's
And
so
then
many other
I'd be worried about
so
what
many
you was
other
doing.
things.
And if you done been in jail 5, 10, 12 years, I'd be worried about how you was busting a nut while you was in there. I'm sorry.
I don't even want to talk. I never even try to focus on that because I don't even want.
I mean, but I'm just saying it would be a worry. Like, I just couldn't take that serious. I just nope.
I'm very like I prior to marriage, I've always been a person that just like doesn't do well in long distance relationships already. And I mean, that's pretty much a long distance relationship. So I'm outside of mind. Like I click, like I need to. I like to live in reality, not through the phone. Like I'm not. Well, I'm not freaking Giselle. Like I don't like to have my relationships through the phone or nothing like that. Like I'm good. I am completely good on that. Nah. Ugh. But I think that was really it for them.
That was it, girl.
Rick and Ray Dean.
Why our mind was going to the same
Cause
people.
he's like he's weird.
Redine the damn fool with her meth mouth.
I that's why I was like I started smiling. I remembered like, ooh, that her mouth just it took me. I just it took me out. I ma'am, like I wasn't expecting that. Like they should have prepared us for that. Like no, for real. I
I
was
felt catfished when I saw.
and I was like, and people always talk about his mouth. I guess I haven't looked in his mouth either, and I just
I felt catfished.
I hope she takes this first check and like gets some goes just to the orthodontist. Where's
Listen,
Dr. Heavenly when you need her?
girl, listen. Redine the fool. Redine say,
I don't
I
plan on.
got a girlfriend. She ain't going nowhere. We can revisit this topic later if you want to, but she ain't going nowhere. Then proceeds to answer the phone. Yeah, I'm just getting a call. I'm on my way. I love you too. Then proceeds to pass the phone. Everybody in the family knew.
Hey,
Baby,
what's up, sweetheart?
if I was Rick,
I would
I'd take them $800 worth of
don't do
panties
that.
and bring them back. I would have been gone. I'd have been
I would have
gone.
been
I'd
out
have put her out my car and told her daddy.
all of
I
y'all.
left her on the side of the road. Go get her.
Honestly, I would have just took her back, like right then and there. All right, fine. I wouldn't have took her back. I'll be nice. I would have dropped you off at your family's house, and that's it. Like we don't have to. There's
She would
not
have been on
because
the side of the road and them
all of these
panties would have
things
went
can be
back.
simple. You want a family, you want a monogamous relationship, great. She wants to be out here living her best life, having girlfriends, boyfriends. Not, I don't think she also understands. the severity of her decisions either, because I forget what she said, but she said something along the lines of like living wild is like fun or whatever. So she wants you guys have two different. You're operating on two different frequencies right now. You guys do not need to
Radine
be
gonna be back in jail.
with a quickness. She probably is already. I need to go on that one channel. There's this one channel on YouTube or that always is updating stuff about that. I bet you if I go on there right now, they'll say she's in jail. And you're a fool if you go through this other bid with her.
I mean, I hate I'm sorry. I hate to speak it on there like that, but her mentality that she's talking and how she's acting, it doesn't
Mhm.
give me somebody that wants to reform from the way they were. It gives me somebody who wants to continue to be just like they was.
So far, the only person that's even really gave me that that feeling that they may have learned is maybe Martell. I guess maybe no one really has given. I thought
Girl,
Chandler a little bit, but he pissed me off when he got out the car, so I don't even know. But I don't really think anybody. Harry damn sure hasn't given me that idea, and neither has has Radine, and neither has somebody else. But we'll talk about her in a minute. Um, he needs to leave her exactly where he found her,
baby, he was like, he was sitting, you, but you could tell the poor man feelings was hurt because he was sitting there like,
looking like a
like this how he was looking.
fool, like a
And then
fool.
in the confessional, he like, so everybody knew about this but me.
He's better than me.
Somebody gonna have to explain this
I was
to
like,
me. I mean, the poor man, you could tell that poor man feelings was hurt. His soul was hurt because he really thought Radine loved him. And I think Radine just playing him. I don't think Radine has any interest in being with
no.
Rick at all.
Even when she said, when she was in the kitchen with her stepmom or whatever, and she's like, "Well, I'm gonna stay with him because I think that's what he wants." Like she didn't. She was staying with him because that's what he wanted, not because she wanted that. Not
And
only
she wanna continue to get what she can get from him till she can get free.
yeah, that and also, and even when he was trying to kiss her, I understand. I understand that. Like, don't like we still baby steps. I get that, but still, I don't think she was coming from a place of like, oh, I just want to take it slow. I think she was just like, I don't want your mouth on my mouth like that. And
First of all, did you see her mouth? He shouldn't have wanted to put his mouth on that mouth.
those are two mouths that like don't need to come into contact anytime soon. But and that makes me think, what does a girlfriend's mouth look like if that's what your mouth looks like? Because no one can ever kiss. No one can ever. Never mind. That sounds bad. No one can ever be close to like we're just not in contact if that's what your mouth looks like. I'm sorry. That probably sounds bad, but we just there's no need. There's no need. And my mouth isn't perfect either, but
Mine isn't either, baby. I'm about to schedule for me to go get a deep cleaning, my bottom teeth crooked, okay? But my mouth don't look like that. I'm never gonna get braces on the top of my mouth to close my gap. I've lived with this gap 37 years and I love it. It's not going anywhere, okay? I can't stick my tongue between it. So I'm cool with it. Now I'm saying now if I had one of them type of gaps, I might would go ahead and close that thing up. But I'm cool with it. But girl, that when she say when they showed her and she started talking, I say, what in the oh hell no.
I mean that's just me, man. I'm looking at your mouth and your feet usually. Like that's usually where my eyes just go. I don't know. It's just me. I'm sorry. I'm
Girl,
just
don't look at my feet. I'm cute from the ankles up. I go get pedicures though. I mean,
not
my
even
feet look
that. Like I just say it like your shoe, like just I don't know. I
yeah,
can't
I don't have beautiful feet. They look decent when I get them done, but
I've learned to live with it though.
I'm telling the internet too much about me.
I know
It
now
is.
everyone's gonna zoom in on our feet. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, forget him, man. But one more thing, I would have came out the family because her dad was all, "You better treat my daughter right."
Jumping on him, right? And your daughter dogging over this man, like, nah.
No.
I done told him my daughter ain't shit. Go on, do what you want to do.
Kevin and Tiffany, we only saw them for saw him for a second, and I was giving her the benefit of the doubt, and I was saying that it was him that had all the issues that he needs to work out. He's about to get her in some bullshit, but Miss Tiffany, she is not far removed from the bullshit as well.
Girl,
But
they both trash. I said, Lord, not trash begets trash. Trash meets trash. Cheetah
Ow.
meets cheetah. Sifling me
But
sifling.
he's also an idiot too, which we've known since day one. Because red flag, these aren't even red flags. These are literally she's telling you without telling you. Like when people, it's a pattern. You always know it's because they got somebody else or something else was going on. When they're approaching their release and they start acting funny, nope, I would have been like, no, I'm good. Not about to
Baby.
waste my gas going up down there again.
Baby, it look like on the next episode she gonna be getting in the car with the other man.
And they about to fight. Like, you think I'm about to fight over something, and I never even, yeah, like
I
no.
don't even know if that thing thinging, man. Please, I'm not.
That's
But she was trying to play you. Like at the end of the day, y'all had all of these plans, and like the man said, she reached out to him saying her release was coming up. So you was that gives me that Tiffany was just using him for a prison pal and to get
and
some
then
ramen noodles and deodorants.
she had a girlfriend too, and for some reason everybody on the show seems to think when a person has a girlfriend, then that means that oh, no, just no. There's a difference between a poly relationship, open relationship, whatever you want to call it, and a I'm gonna do what I want to do, me and that person, and do you over here like somehow it's not a group thing. Okay, they get that out your head. It's not a group.
Right. In his mind, it was like, oh, well, I don't know. Because he even said, I don't know if she like girls for real or if she just got a girlfriend because she in jail.
He was down either
But he
way.
was down with it.
He
So,
did say he would appreciate a little bit more honesty, and I'm like, okay, thank God, but
but I
I'm not
mean, here's the thing though. I don't care about him appreciating a little bit more honesty when he ain't giving honesty. They both lying to each other.
exactly. So I can't really feel bad for him, but all I'm saying is I'm removing my benefit of the doubt from her because she's on bullshit too.
Girl,
Ooh,
I just feel like for both of them, I'm gonna be laughing because whatever happens, they deserve it. Because he was still sleeping with the ex, and she doesn't call the ex. Now, wouldn't it be something? Wouldn't it be something if all of this blow up and the two exes meet and
yeah.
start get together and leave them two to be what they be? Girl, that'd be funny. But his friend tried to say on the last episode, you showed because you know you thought this one was the one.
And he was so certain, but we'll figure that out. Anyway, Kayla and Martell.
Girl, Kayla full of shit. All of that putting a track on that man phone. Now he might not want no track for no for some other reasons. But the reason that he gave, I'm a 100%.
Fine with that.
I'm fine with that. Like the past 13 years of my life, I've had somebody tracking my every move. Like I don't understand why she didn't understand that. I don't understand why she didn't get that.
And just the way she presented it too, especially when he's supposed to be in the halfway house for 6 months. So it's just like where like just at least give him a little bit of benefit of the doubt. Like I could see it if once he maybe gets out and like
I
or
don't see that at all. If I have
well,
to,
I'm just saying because me and my husband we do share our location, but it's not. I'd be like, and it's not based on like any infidelity or nothing like that. It's literally because we live in a place and we have no family here or nothing like that. And God forbid I go MIA one day and he knows where to find me. Like that's literally
I
it.
mean that's
Because those circumstances
understandable.
apply to them. So it's like, what
That's
do you want me to
understandable, but I mean, I wouldn't leave my location on just period because I watch too much ID channel and I see how people hack phones, so I wouldn't do that. But if I had a spouse, I would share my location of where look, this is where I'm at. I would do or do how they do to the end of the day or you know, eh, something like that. Or like when I used to Uber, I used to share my location with my kid's
exactly?
dad every
My sister,
every
she
because
lives alone. I have
I
her
don't
location.
have any family here in Houston, so I would share my location with my kid's dad. Like, hey, I'm about to start Ubering. I'm sharing my location, so every ride, everywhere I went,
Exactly.
I was
I'm
able
gonna
because
have
I
that.
was doing the Uber. You know what I'm saying? Like, people crazy out here,
But none of those circumstances apply to y'all. You guys
right?
away from each other for 13 years, so why all of a sudden do you need to know
Well,
where it's because you're used to knowing where he is, and now you're not gonna have that control
But
anymore.
listen, here's the thing. How many times we hear about the female prison guards getting caught, getting buzzed down by these men? So just because he was in jail for 13 years don't mean he ain't had nothing in 13 years. At the end of the day, if I feel like I have to track your location 24 hours a day or you need to track mine, I don't want it. I can see safety purposes, things like that. Especially like you take a girls trip, you going out of the country, you know what I'm saying? Like I can see certain circumstances, but just to I need to look at my phone and pull up and see where you at. Go to hell.
Yeah, that's weird to me just because none of those circumstances apply to them. Like what for what reason other than you just want to be nosy. Um and then as far as him, like just the whole I get you wanted to have some alone time stuff like that, but you also got to understand there's a lot of other people that are excited that he's out that want to, welcome him home, say what's up. She was
Right,
doing
he ain't even
a
get
lot,
much time to see his mama, and she was getting aggravated. Like this man ain't talk to people freely without being recorded for 13 years. You put it
had
on
the difficulties
speakerphone, girl. What?
and went there first, then none of this would have been an issue. But you wanted to, whatever. But at the same time, I think they're both kind of on bullshit because, like, she said something along the lines that she didn't want any man or woman coming in between them. And I'm like, okay, I get why you say you don't want any woman to come in between him because you think he's going to do something. Okay, fine, whatever. But you say any man, that means that you know that you still have the potential to go and do something. Like otherwise, you wouldn't have said no man. That means that you still know that you may do something. Otherwise, you would have never said that. So you are not far removed from BS as well. And then he also went around and said, "Yeah, I know there's stuff that she doesn't know about me, and vice versa." So I'm like, see all that. Don't sleep with
He had
nobody.
prison beds too.
Stuff like that. You knew damn well that that wasn't realistic. You knew damn well. So when she does finally tell him that she did something, he better not say not one word. And
But
she better
him saying that he had secrets make me feel like he was on prisonpals.com too. They might have had him somebody. Cause
yeah.
what else was you doing in 13 years unless you about to tell her you had a boyfriend?
I don't think that. So
That's what I'm saying. I don't think that. I don't think that. So
it's the first one. And he even substantiated that because he said, he was like, she never sent me money. I had, other, my mom, these people. Women were sending him money, and no woman is going to send you money without you giving her some type of attention. So
baby,
next,
I'm ready for this fight next week. I'm ready for Indie face to be cracked because your mom, your brother, your sister, and everybody else told you don't carry your narrow behind round there to the Ohio, and you did it anyway. So, ma'am,
I'm gonna
good
just
luck. Look, I'm sounding like Jamie. Shout out to Jamie. That's me. Good luck.
crack right on her face because she looks like an idiot. The final couple, real quick, Lacey and Antoine. Well, Lacey and Christine, I should say. We didn't see them last week. Um, yeah, his mom is batshit. Like
Girl, did you see
she
her in
was
that
bent.
restaurant?
Like
She was so up,
she
like
was
she had been down to the Mardi Gras.
whole zombie. I was like, and I don't blame Lacey. I would have been up and out too because I'm not. There's no point of us even doing this. You can't even.
Hold a conversation.
Yeah,
And she was, you just don't want to hear the truth. Ma'am, you so inebriated. I don't know what is real in your mind right now or what is not.
because how to all of a sudden he a liar, he's this, he's that, he's doing whatever towards you, but you hooked it up. Like
Listen, that whole situation is weird because I could not imagine. But so I'm ready to see the dynamic of what this is gonna be because baby, I couldn't deal with it. I would break up with him for having to deal with his mama. I'm
because he's gonna like it's gonna be an inevitable part of his life.
baby, they're gonna be brawling. I can baby her and the mama gonna be fighting.
Because that's what I said. Like we was friends for like I'm going to fight your mom. Like it's going to happen. So we just let's just not even let's end it now before you even get out because that's just starting to
I
make me.
can't deal. I can't deal with this. That's it. But I don't really have much to say about them because all we saw was the drunk mama.
I'm done.
Um, but not on to the piece de resistance.
Oh God, I don't know if I'm ready.
The piece de resistance.
I don't think I'm ready.
I just have one thing to ask you. Y'all know we about to get into it. Love and Marriage Huntsville. Now I gotta ask you because I'm not a married lady, so I have my opinions.
No,
But it's just I ain't even asked.
because I already know what you're about to ask. No, not Africa. Like, for what? I've never been to Africa. Actually, no, that was fine. He's actually been to Africa, so definitely no. You've been there before, so why are you not go? We can go together, or you don't need to go. Like, okay, okay. Let me calm down.
Nah, girl, I like that energy. Come on.
I don't understand, like, for what? Especially when all these other things are circling. Like, you can't even make time to go to Disney World with your kids and your family. So for what? Like, you just need to go on this self uh, fulfilling like journey. Like, for what? And you didn't have no cell phone service. I was watching Erica De Niro's video, and she was like, "You wasn't staying in the bush. You were not staying." And that's not even how all of Africa is. Africa is not a third world country, idiot. And
Oh no, cause Real Housewives of Durban, baby, them houses was bad down there in South Africa, whatever it was.
my thing
May-
is the
Maybe he
continent,
have maybe he have Mint Mobile or
huh?
Cricket. Maybe he have Mint Mobile or Cricket or
Hell
Boost.
no. He got Verizon, or he got Verizon. He got Verizon. I just
Oh,
know it.
now listen, I got Verizon and I already know, baby, because I was on a cruise ship and baby, they hit me. As soon as I hit them international waters, they was like, listen,
They
you
got
can be
money. He get
charged per minute or you can be charged $10 a day for unlimited use, baby. I was paying that $10 a day. So if he got Verizon, I know for a fact that they got the Verizons over there in the Africa. Oh,
he got it.
girl.
And he got two phones. He definitely has a personal and a work phone, probably. Like, there's multiple ways. There is no reason for that. So, and
He could
Tisha,
have hooked to the he. I know it's Wi-Fi over there in Africa. He could have hooked to the Wi-Fi and called through the
WhatsApp.
Instagram because I
There's a
know
thing
they
called
have that.
WhatsApp, and it works.
Oh, baby, if you was at a hotel, I know they had a computer. You could have got on what it is, Google Talk, Google whatever it is, the Hangouts, Google
We not
Hangouts.
we are not doing, like, we are not about, oh, okay, I'll see you in two
He would
weeks.
have had time by himself to the other bedroom in the suite. He would have had time by himself while I was shopping.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you could even go together, or I think someone said, like, oh, he could have went there, like he could have went first and maybe spent like 1 or 2 days by himself, and then she could have came like for the rest of the time or something. Maybe that. I still think that's kind of stupid, but that, or yeah, you guys could have had your own individual days where she takes a girl's day and does what she wants to do, and you do a guy's day. Or I just think it was really weird based on everything surrounding the situation already. Very, very.
I think it's weird that you want to go to Africa when people around here talk about you got outside children. That done came out. You done posted this picture that caused this girl to go ape and do a whole Sasha K interview and all of that. And you talking about you need a break as if she don't need a break?
No reason. But that's what that was the first scene we get with them. And like we were speaking earlier, and I said I feel like he was so quick to hush her up because she might have said something that got um Coleslaw Clary uh started. I think that's that makes sense to me. I feel like that's why he maybe would have said that. Slash, he just he dumbs her down on purpose. He tries to keep her not
But she fall
thinking
for it.
anything.
She
Yes,
fall for it. And Miss Wanda, I'm sitting up here and I'm saying it right now. Your daughter fall for it. She act like a bird brain. And if you and your bush bill want to go ahead and go live to me with me, we can
it's
go
fine.
toe to toe, Wanda. We can go
Fine.
toe to toe. Now I don't drink that bush bill, but I'll grab me a drink and read you down to the grave to your AARP card and discounts. Go sit down somewhere.
I'm not
Cause your
afraid.
daughter around here acting like a bird brain. Nah, I will say this. He does dumb her down, but in that moment, with the fact that this girl is, oh, I'm everybody's storyline, like let's not even talk about her. They could have talked about her off a screen. I felt him on it. Like, don't give her what she looking for. I felt that. I'm not gonna lie. Don't give her what she looking
Okay.
for. Nah, if his motive for saying it was just don't give her what she looking for, I don't believe that was 100% his motive. I believe his motive could have been don't give her no more because she was on that trip and she done already came out talking about who was doing what. And she said she had more. So if it was other women on that trip, the same way she said she took that picture, she might have took some other pictures. So go ahead and shut your ass up before she busts me.
Right. Because that's what I would have been doing. But I think that it's just
So while I do
comical,
agree with
like
telling her,
seeing.
nah, don't give her that, don't give her what she looking for. What his motives was behind saying it, might have not been 100%. It don't give her
That's
what she looking for.
that's always what it is. It's always what is his motives. What like he be doing one thing and they be doing like their whole is just weird to me,
Their
and it's
whole
just
marriage is weird. Like they don't have no type of, like, even in male immortal arguments and they can't stand each other right now, you still feel some kind of sexual, you know what I'm saying? Something between them. You know what I'm saying? Like
he
that.
just be like with her. He just be
Listen,
so through with.
but girl, when she was down to the Houston last season and he showed up and she was trying to be sexy, it was kind of like, oh, okay.
I'm
He
good on
just
that.
seems so
I already got that
disinterested.
covered. I already got that covered. Just make sure you pick up the kids. Like
You know
what?
what I'm
Like
saying? He just seems so disinterested in her, girl. Like,
which after a long day and you so stressed out, you would think like, oh, like he would be a nope, not Marceau. But I think that was really mostly for them. I'm gonna say this. I don't care because and I said it in my own review. I don't care. I was sitting there, my husband was watching it with me. I don't care. Martell looks good. I will give him that. But I could never look past everything that he's done. So I was just like, well, at least you got one thing working for you. I think it's
Martell
because
look
he's
like
actually
Roger or for American Dad.
it's because he's actually going to the gym now, instead of before when he would say he was at the gym and he's actually going.
Listen, he fine, but that face ain't cute. I don't know nothing about that face cute to me. But he got a nice little body. But the fact that you a dog,
I
you a
know it really
dog. Like,
it's
I'm
influences.
tired of hearing about that. When he was talking to old boy who don't nobody ever be in his gym, no time we see it. I'm ready to see some patrons in that gym. Or else some I believe is rented for the show, along with the equipment. Um, I'm just saying, last season and this the first time we seeing it this season, and still it's as empty as my room is right now. Okay.
We saw
Uh,
everybody but Tiffany, right? Yeah.
right. So, but him talking about, oh, cause I got it on recording and everybody making me the bad guy, sir. You was with Coleslaw for how many years? How many years? And she wasn't even your first side piece, your first side dish, your first bowl of coleslaw, jello, whatever you want to call it out here. So at this point, let me tell you something, sir. I don't care if Mel gave head, got head, sucked tendix, got. I don't care what she did. I don't care. We the people, we do not care. You cheated on this lady for years. You walked around here and act like the builder was you when the builder was Mel. You really don't. The business apparently was Mel. While you running around here talking about what you had and what you did and how you boosted this and that and the third up, but clearly it was Mel, because if it was you, you would be able to have a business going on besides selling them calendars. What else do you have going on besides them calendars and talking about mail? Sir, we don't care. We don't care. And then in the time that it was the 5 years y'all was separated, she didn't want to come back to you, and she really didn't think y'all was gonna work it out. And then you want us to have sympathy for you because she did that while y'all was separated. Okay, granted, some people will say, well, they were still married. Okay, but you was still messing with coleslaw. And even when she left her side dish to work on y'all marriage, you continue to have your outside relationship that produced the outside shirt. Child, sir, Martell, go to hell. Go to hell. I don't care. I don't want to hear the recording. I don't care. I don't care. For all I'm concerned, she could treat you with your grandpa. I don't care.
Why don't those kids why doesn't that oldest daughter have a phone? Like,
Yeah,
how old is she? Not 10? Like, she's old enough to have a phone. And guess what? That would mitigate all. You wouldn't need to call Mel. You would have not one leg to
I don't
stand on.
believe that them
Her phone if
children
you
don't
want to
not
call.
have a I don't believe that them children don't not have a phone or a pad. Because even with a pad, you can have your child to download one of them same apps we was just talking about that Marceau could have been using from Africa to call. His problem is Mel divorced him. Mel
Move
has
on.
moved on, and
Yeah.
Mel don't give a shit. And he's not over the fact that she clearly gives zero fucks. He expects her to still answer his calls and move how he wanted to. her to move as a wife when she's no longer the wife. Girl, Motel can go to hell. Next scene for me. I could care less about Motel.
Well,
I don't
okay.
care.
I wanted to just say more so about like not just really him, but I just found it funny because I peeped it on last. I know we weren't reviewing it then, but I peeped it on last the reunion for last season. How he was initiating some type of allies with Lewis and Tiffany because he knew he wasn't going to be able to be buddy buddy with everybody else. And this whole scene just substantiated that because as soon as they
Oh,
brought the reunion and Lewis is like, "Oh yeah, they were gunning for me or whatever," and he's like, "Yeah, I don't really understand." Like he want to be allies with them so bad now. All of a sudden, I'm like,
he
you.
needs somebody. He needs somebody because at the end of the day, listen, your side piece ain't on this show, and Carlos, you better not put her on this show,
We're
okay?
good.
Um, exactly, definitely, I'm good. I don't.
Why is that
Nope.
still a thing air that keeps getting set? Like
But
we're
um,
nobody
at
wants
the
her
end
on.
of the day, he gon' she didn't ruin the marriage. He ruined the marriage because at the end of the day, he was obligated to his wife. He took vows with his wife, okay? But she was part of the reason why your marriage ended, which is also a part of the reason why your bankroll ended, right? But then now she out here talking talking with your friends and
Why
what
you're
your friends
sad?
could have did. So I wouldn't fool with you because you still fool with her on some type of level. And baby, she's around here trying to tell all our business and end all our marriages. So it's like, ma'am, you did not only help wreck one marriage, but you're trying to wreck everybody else's marriage too. And I'm sorry to cover them. They cannot hang with Martell. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Next scene, Kimmy and Maurice. I'm glad that she asked him straight up, but I mean, do we believe that his answer? He said he didn't, you know?
Nope, I think he gave her a lawyer answer, and I think when it come back around, if it's proven that somebody was there, he can say, "Well, I said I ain't sleep with the linebacker. She ain't look like a linebacker to me."
Yeah, word choice. Word choice. Yeah, no, I think there's something more to that. And everybody, I think, is kind of like a general consensus. Everybody was kind of like with Tiffany with Kimmy because it's like she's always no nonsense, very well spoken, and knows how to articulate herself. But it just seems like with this whole situation, she's quick to be like, "Well, we weren't married technically, and I'm just going to accept that for that." And I'm just like, "Listen, married, not married, y'all had a house together. Like,
Right, but y'all name was on the mortgage.
I still would have accepted.
Not to diminish the marriage license, but baby, y'all still
I
like
still would have been pissed.
that's a commitment.
Yeah,
That's a commitment in itself.
I don't just buy houses with people, and that's clearly the road that we were traveling toward. And again, like you're gonna sit here. It's fine though. At the same time, if she would have just been like, you know, that would still hurt me or whatever. But at this point in time, we're in a different space, and I wouldn't necessarily end my marriage over it. Then that's fine. But don't like make it. Don't like try to.
Don't excuse it. Make up
Yeah,
excuse for it
excuse.
in your
Oh
head.
no, I'm fine. Like no, it's okay to be so pissed off about it, but be like, hey, let that shit happen again. That's we're done. Like that's fine. That's your own personal choice. I'm not gonna be mad at it, but just don't not give us the same Kimmy energy that you usually do about every other situation.
Yeah, but baby, she was like, "Did you sleep with the linebacker or not? Yes or no?" I was like, "Come on now," but he still ain't answer her. But I mean,
That whole
it
that's
might have been some more to that conversation that we didn't see. I will say I was glad to see more of everybody else since they always want to complain about everything is about Mel, even though in most of the scenes we heard about Mel. Um, but I was glad to see them have some other stuff because I think these other couples gonna have some mess. I don't care what nobody say. I think they're gonna have some mess. I think as the season goes on and different things get said, stuff gonna start coming out of Miss Wanda mouth, and Miss Attention Grabber. She gonna she gonna have more stuff that she wanna say, or she might post more. I don't know. I don't know. But so what we got next to the I'm on 10, 10, I'm on 10. Ma'am, you on
Did you see that
nothing.
video? I'm sure you did because they put it in the Discord yesterday. Did you see the video of her from like 9 years ago singing?
Yes. And she should have left that alone 9 damn years ago.
Oh, okay, okay,
That
fine.
commercial, oh my God. Baby, Judy, go ahead, get them people to pull that commercial down, because who greenlit that?
Just keep playing candies. Like,
That was
why?
awful.
And
Girl,
not
this
even
she what
her hair in it.
this
Like,
how she was.
why? It was cringy, to say the least.
Get your edges
And her
even
hair
in
was
it.
just like,
And she was walking like her feet hurt, and she had never walked in heels a day in her life. I was like, baby, y'all should have did more practices. Out of all the takes y'all took, this was the best.
it was awkward to watch that. And
I
again,
hope they don't play it next week. Because if
mm, well,
Marcel, if this is what you wanted us to pay attention to about your wife and her accomplishments,
they will. Um, I think it's really. I mean, I kind of side with Mel though. At the same time, me and Tisha have been working on our relationship, but at the same time, like, and I've had people like where I've been friends with one person, and then maybe I stopped being friends with another person or ever, and as soon as two people stop being friends, anybody that's caught up in the middle like needs to just learn how to keep those separate. And there's no reason that you should be corresponding with one person about whatever. But at the same time, if Destiny is saying what is true, and she says that she was just reiterating what was being said and whatnot, then I mean, at the same time, it's kind of like that's a weird situation.
I don't, listen, I don't, I, that whole, I don't know how to feel about this Tisha Destiny thing. Like, I really feel like they friends out of convenience because neither one of them on the ends with Mel.
I
I don't, that's it. That's all. I don't feel like Mel called Tisha the enemy, but we don't know. She might have said, you know what I'm saying, somebody I ain't cool with, or you know what I'm saying, that girl don't rock with. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. They both feel different ways. I believe somewhere in between what Destiny said and what Mel said is the truth. I do believe they were talking about Mel. Maybe I believe that. I don't believe it was just the things that was said at the reunion, because clearly she heard what was said at the reunion. So why would she get mad with you about saying that? And if y'all were going back discussing the reunion, you can't tell me that y'all wasn't adding in y'all own opinions on what was said. But here's the other thing. I don't believe Destiny was ever really wanting to be friends with Mel. I think Destiny whole reason, because Mel and Martell was together over 5 years. Her and Mel were never friends before 5 years ago. Both of them have said that. So why weren't you trying to be her friend from the beginning if you and Martell have been friends all of these years? Okay. So I think 5 years ago, like I said, that's when Mel had left Martell and was separated. That's when her and Destiny started to getting close. And I believe that Martell sent Destiny to get close to Mel so he can find out what was going on. And I believe ever since then, she's just been running back telling Mel business. And now she on the outskirts and she ain't got nothing to go run back and report.
I
That's
think
that's I'm not saying it's true, but that's how I feel.
based off of just how tumultuous this whole dissolution of their marriage has been, everyone should know that it was only a matter of time before Destiny being friends with both of them became a conflict of interest. Like, what did you expect? Like, you can only have so much loyalty to. I mean, there are certain situations I feel like when people just somehow can stay unbiased, I guess, but their whole thing was just a lot of the situations it was a right and a wrong, like, and it's hard to if you're siding with the person that's right or wrong, like it just there's no way to not choose a side in some of those situations. I felt like so again, yeah, I do think, yeah, I don't think it was ever so much a doubt that her name wasn't brought up or that what the topic wasn't about Mel. So I don't think that's the argument. I think, yeah, they definitely were. And again, it's well within her right to feel a type of way if based on how the journey of their friendship, ups and downs, whatever their relationship has been these past couple years, it is well within Mel's right for her to feel a type of way that you guys were in there and her name was being brought up and bounced around, like point blank. And I also think that Like Tisha, yeah, these whole she be reading. She says she don't read the comments, but she clearly be reading enough or
Like Mel said, she read
information.
them and she responds to them. Hell, I've seen Tisha responding to the comments. So, girl,
So now,
stop.
and it was like, no, I don't. And then now all of a sudden it's like, oh, if I feel like it, or oh, if I see something, or sometime like, which means that you be privy to certain information and you be knowing and putting on that you don't know as much as you truly do.
Next thing is the the board that I'm not interested in eating at no point in time because I like real food. You
I
know
mean,
I like real food.
I'll snack. It just I'm just picky, so it has to
I'd
be
have
like.
been mad when Mel invited me talk about learn how to make a charcuterie board. Girl,
I
for
mean,
what?
because I can figure that out. Like I don't Pinterest.
Right. I didn't
Any,
need class for that. Their conversation was really kind of lackluster to me. You see what they you see the other side of the conversation with Mel say she heard. I find it hard to believe that y'all was right next door to each other and y'all ain't seen each other. Checking in, checking out, walking up the hall to get no ice, nothing. Leaving to go tape the reunion, nothing. Yeah. I find that hard to believe, but could be true. I mean, they might have checked in at different times. Mel might have stayed in her room. And honestly, I believe that because Mel is not like really, really friends with these people like this at this point, and so much has happened, so many things have been said, opinions have been given. I believe that when they stop taping, she really kind of take a break away from all of them, maybe.
she said, yeah,
Um,
I bet she does, and I believe.
so I mean that could be possible. But now when she said, I was believing my husband and not my intuition, and look where it got me, I was like, come on now, Mel. But the same way you be telling Kimmy roll around there to that ball, go ahead on and tell Kimmy, which you know what I'm saying? Like at this point, I mean, if you have the receipts on it, baby, email it anonymously if you feel like she gonna be mad at you or something. No, I'm just not that type of person. If I know your man cheating on you and I can prove it to you, I'd rather tell you and let you be mad at me if you feel like you want to be mad at me than to know and you find out that I know and I have not said anything to you. I can't consider myself a friend to somebody and know they being played like that. You know what I'm saying? They spouse playing on their top and I don't say nothing. Me personally, I cannot. Some people can. I can't. I'ma tell it. I'ma tell it. I'ma tell it. I'ma tell it. Now, if my friend the one that's cheating and you ain't my friend, don't come to me asking me why I ain't tell you, cause I'm her friend. I ain't your friend. Let's let that be clear.
Nothing to do with me. Bye. Um, yeah, I mean, this scene was, typical Kimmy email, whatever. It was fine, but I do think, just like we said before, I think Mel peeped that too. Like when Kimmy was like, that was, as long as, anything was before 2018, whatever. She was like,
Yeah, cause Mel was like, but y'all
that's
was
what I
buying a
thought too.
house.
Like, yeah, so she feels that. Thank God she feel the same way because I was just like, Kimmy, what did you been hanging out with Tisha too much? Like what like what is going on? And I do think that I mean obviously she wasn't gonna invite them and I don't think that at least we know that them two don't just sit around and talk about anybody else. Like it doesn't I don't they don't give me those vibes. So that's one thing they can never say about what Tisha and Destiny were doing. They can never say that Mel will be doing that or anything like that. I really do think like she, like you said, she said it before. Once they're done filming and stuff like that, she just kind of leaves it at that and goes about her. Like this is literally just work for her at this point. I feel like,
Right. They're not friends. They're coworkers.
yeah, she stopped trying to pretty with everyone at this point because it's been proven that y'all were all privy to information and knew about all this, and everybody except for Kimmy knew more than they were letting on. And look what happened. And I would feel the same exact way. I guess we'll see. This whole summer party and whatnot. Um, I don't know. I guess we'll see. I guess Mel was that her friend who was pregnant last season. I think she about to get in the mess. Which is good. I do think I could use some more characters. I don't want to get too many new characters, but
Well, I'm waiting to see what Tisha cousin gonna bring. I'm waiting to see that, but we gotta get down to the get down this dinner. Only
yeah,
thing I got to say about this dinner is this. when Maurice holler, and what if I would have put up a crib and put hashtag outside kids? I said, Maurice. And then when he said, because I know a whole lot of stuff that I could be saying that I ain't. I'm like, Maurice, was your way of trying to let us know that it might be some validation alleged to the alleged kids?
Yeah.
I don't ahead put it out there, but remember, Maurice, when you put it out there, the same way they was doing their dirt around you, you was doing whatever you was doing.
I'm pissed off that
I think the men gonna end up airing each other out, and that's all I got to say.
I had to see that. But I'm mad that Kimmy she like I'm glad no I am no I'm mad that Kimmy had to like put Maurice up to like caring enough to like call his brother out. Like no, you should have cared when you saw that this was causing issues over here, over there, whatever. And then it's also corny to me that all of a sudden like Tisha like oh it didn't really
Like
affect
she's
her.
above.
Yes, it did. You be having these thoughts. She be
You
putting
know you
on
be
like
having these thoughts, and then after the lady came out, Coleslaw, that little lady came out and said what she said about the picture that was posted, that she took the picture and this, that, and the third, baby, and how your husband was around here doing what he was doing when he do what he do. Your mom sure got on the internet and read her for Phil. So we know if you ain't see hers, you saw your mom live. Stop it.
and she knows your feelings be hurt about these situations because in the same breath you be like being on his back about going after or the whole him trying to get an assistant thing. We didn't talk about that, but like you what you say in 1 minute and your actions they don't match up to someone who's so secure. So please spare me. I'm excited though. I'm excited to see how they're about to go at it because these are two people that have always been, buddy buddy, and it'd be interesting to see the brothers have some issues because Marcel just be doing whatever, man.
Listen, I'm excited for the season. I'm ready for the season. Um, I can't wait till Friday night, girl. Said, Lord, you know when it come on. I'm be
Definitely.
texting you, girl. I be getting my days confused. Okay, I'm
Mhm.
be because I'm on them overnights now, so my days be kind of running
Mhm.
together. But I'm be texting you like, girl, you seen it, girl. You know how we do. But that's it, y'all. That's all we got. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Also, if you have any topics you would like for us to discuss or questions you need advice on, email us at worldofreads@gmail.com. Thank y'all. Bye.
Bye.